This episode is sponsored by Ridge. You want to protect your Magic cards in style, so why not do the same for your credit cards? Ridge wallets can take your wallet game to the next level. They're sleek, minimalist, and made with premium high-performance materials like carbon fiber, titanium, and stainless steel. Plus, a Ridge wallet is the best way to protect your own credit and debit cards with built-in RFID blocking technologies to stop digital pickpockets in their tracks. For a limited time, our listeners can get 10% off at ridge.com by using command at checkout. Just go to ridge.com and use code COMMAND to let them know we sent you.
Greetings, humans. You have entered the Command Zone, your destination for all aspects of Elder Dragon Highlander. Enjoy your stay.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Command Zone podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Weeks.
What's up? I'm Jimmy Wong.
How's it? It's Josh Lee Kwai. We're all three of us here.
Yes! Cerberus. It's the new name of the podcast.
Sick. Cerberus Zone.
Cerberus.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look, I'm in the Cerberus zone.
Yeah, there you
that
go.
implies a lot of Cerberus. that just makes this...
Oh,
This is where the Cerberus goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
Cerberus
doghouse.
Arms is already taken.
There's,
so.
yeah. Yeah, D.
Shout out to D. Okay.
Okay. This is a fun one. We're talking about commanders, not just any commanders, but the best commanders.
In every color pair identity. Every color identity, yeah.
We're going through all 32 of the 32 deck challenge to give you what we think is the best commander.
Yes.
Best.
So
Yeah.
best is a combination of a couple of things. It combines, obviously, power. You want something like a functional deck, but it also can be like cool and interesting and makes for a unique deck. And of course, there's our own personal taste mixed in
Yes.
and just fun at the table. It does cool stuff to play, like when you're playing it. So we all sort of weighted that differently, and we're going to talk about that as we go through commanders. But we've got a lot of commanders to go through, so let's get cracking.
Yeah. Without further ado, where are we starting?
Colorless.
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 Yeah, no
Okay.
colors.
Start from zero, work
How
our
are we
way
doing
up.
this? Are we going to 1, 2, 3 all say it at once? Or
A great listening experience.
yeah, how exactly is this? Why don't you steal my answer, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We haven't shared these lists with anybody, so the list that we have is our own, and we can talk about it a little bit. I think we can just go down the table. Josh, you want to kick us off?
Yeah.
Okay. Colorless. I chose Kozilek the Great Distortion.
Oh, this is Counterspell
Juicy.
Kozilek.
Yeah,
Yes.
the one that draws you a bunch of cards and then you can just discard cards to counter stuff for no mana cost.
Yep.
I chose ZOCDOC Void Gorger.
Great deck,
So
yeah.
this is similar. It's an Eldrazi. It's when you cast a big spell, it cascades twice for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Wait, is that similar?
Yeah, there's Eldrazi's. And
Okay.
it's card
It's
advantage
Eldrazi's, yeah.
Eldrazi's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I too went with Kozilek the Great Distortion. I do think this is just the best colorless commander.
We're
And
both just traumatized from that one time Ashlen.
Oh
just
my gosh.
Shut us
The
down.
perfects. Yeah, the perfects. I do think ZOCDOC is very cool too. I played it on game nights as well.
Yeah.
But for me, Kozilek just gets the drawing up to your hand size is just nuts, I think.
I really prioritized in my definition of best when I looked at them, which one, if I was facing against, I imagined if I'm facing these against the table, which one am I the most wary of?
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
And that's what I was like, I'm the most wary of Kozilek. Yeah.
So when I was thinking about colorless, I think the colorless is so good at making mana. So the best colorless commanders are ones that balance that with card draw.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of went the same direction with
Yeah.
it, where I was like, if you have one big thing, you have more things. And you guys went like, okay, I've dumped my hand onto the battlefield. Now I need to refill my hand.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
control
now
the
I can
board.
just stop you from doing stuff because you drew all those cards and probably have at least 1, 5, 4, and 6 CMC thing or whatever. You can stop the bad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very serious commanders in colorless. That is not a restriction anymore. Everybody's like, oh, it's colorless. What can it do? And you're
Every
like,
year, the
ramp and
colorless
kill
gets
all your
stronger,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so busted now.
And if someone just casts Emrakul out of the command zone, it's like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And
Not
there's
to
2
mention-
Emrakul that they can do now.
Not to mention, I'm playing 40 utility lands, so I
Yeah.
have just infinite access to stuff.
Yeah, you can do
yeah.
it. Yeah, it's just hard to keep track of what they can even do.
Yeah.
Yeah, colorless, pretty
That's-
powerful.
That's colorless. So a little bit of a mismatch there, but we agree Eldrazi.
Eldrazi, yeah.
moving on to mono white.
Oh, Rachel, you should definitely go first for mono white.
I think
can
so.
you choose Rachel Weeks as your commander?
You can with the Knight of Weeks.
There you go. That's what you chose, right?
Yeah, it's mono white and it's busted. It's not. So this one was a little tricky for me. I wanted one that I thought was interesting to play and was powerful and had a lot of intrigue. I also weighted it. So power and stuff that I was afraid of, but also just sort of beloved commanders that have been a part of the core history of Commander. So the one I went with was Tishar, Ancestors Apostle.
Oh, okay.
Super scary commander on the other side of the board, can get really combo-y, but can just be a really interesting value pile that leans on legendary stuff or artifacts. So I like Tishar a lot.
Very cool. I chose Light Paws, Emperor's Voice.
That's a scary one for
and
sure.
boy, when you face off against this commander, you are get ready to die.
Yeah, Posty had a really good light pause at one point that would just smash.
Oh my gosh.
So consistent.
Yeah, light pause was my honorable mention. Sort of, I thought underrated, but evidently not. I went with Elishnorn,
Mother Machines.
Yeah, Pound,
yeah.
Harm, Mamacon.
Yeah.
I think the similarities with that and Kozilek to me are not only does it advance a game plan, but it stops your opponents a lot. When Elishnorn's out, you look at your hand and you're like, well, this doesn't do anything, that doesn't do anything, that doesn't do anything. So you have half your hand available to you. And I guess I am scared of being stopped from doing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great answer. It just really amplifies what White's doing. And you can see the power of that commander in the Praetor game where you piloted this deck.
Yeah.
And I think, best, as you said at the start, is hard to define, and every person will define it differently.
Yeah, we all did for this one.
Yeah, and you can say there's a CEDH deck built around this, so it must be the most powerful. But most powerful at its most powerful is one category, one way to weigh it. But also hey, at a medium power level, Elishnorn is just very good because it's hard to mess it up.
Yeah.
You just put things in there that have ETB effects, and it will do the stopping your opponent's thing on its own with no other help. And then it's the medium version of Elishnorn is very powerful.
Yeah, against your average pod, how powerful is this, or how good is it?
Yeah, I was thinking about this episode as if somebody turned on this episode and they were looking for just I'm keep getting wrecked by this deck and I'm trying to build a powerful, cool deck and I want a functional commander that's fun to play, is going to stick around for a long time and can hold its own against powerful stuff in my meta. And it feels like all of these commanders will absolutely do that.
Yeah, I've built a few of the decks on my list. Right?
Yeah.
That's a good testament to it.
Yeah, I can't promise that all of mine I would categorize as fun to play. Yeah, more of scary to play against sometimes.
Yeah, I think
to best their own.
Yeah, power level definitely is a big part of the best categorization. So, and every commander we talk about today is going to be scary. Yeah, right.
Okay, so speaking of which, it's the blue one, so I feel like I should go first on that one.
Yep.
And this one was maybe the easiest pick for me in the whole thing, which was Urza, Lord High Artificer.
Yeah.
That card is broken.
It's absurd.
If we're talking about the best, most powerful, most terrifying mono blue commander to play against, it's Urza with immediately.
It's going to be relevant forever.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better. And every time you see it at the table, you're like, oh crap, that's going to be a huge problem. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
Also,
I chose Urza as well.
Urza's not that fun to play against, but it is really fun to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had Urza on your side of the battlefield, but
Oh, it's sweet.
it rules.
All of a sudden, you're like, wait, now I can do what?
Yeah.
Did you choose Urza also, Rachel?
No, I went
Okay.
with a different one because I knew Urza was gonna be the big one and was like, yeah. But the one I picked is actually from Bloombro. It's Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. This is 1 blue for an elemental fish. It's a star. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of islands you control. But the
blue.
big part is the first instant and sorcery you cast each turn costs blue or 1 less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on it. This is a really powerful Spellslinger deck that always leaves your mana open, basically. So you always have Disruption up, you always have card advantage up, and it's a beater on its own. So I think this is just one of the best mono blue Spellslinger lists, and is honestly a little bit under-recognized as a very powerful card to play against.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a pain in the butt to play against.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where you're like,
as foretold.
Uh-huh.
I had a favorite because Urza's not my favorite.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I put Emery down,
Emery
Emery's a
or
cool
Looker
one.
in the Lock,
which I think is a more fun deck to play against and play.
Yeah.
Just a lot of cool stuff you can do with it.
Yeah, because you're going more into the artifact route. It's not just raw power level with Urza, where she's just no matter what you do, you're going to be killing it at that table, right?
Yeah. All right. Black?
Mono black?
Yeah. So, this was an interesting one. I did feel like there was a lot of really strong options in
Yeah,
black.
this one was
it was a
actually really
lot
tough.
less clear to be. It was not a lot less like Urza. Yeah.
This happened to me in the especially when you get to 3 colors where you sort of realize there's not that many, and then you get to like I was really surprised by Naya, which we'll get there eventually. I was like, well, there's a lot. Black was kind of like that where you're like, there's less, even blue, there's less really candidates than I thought there'd be. Then you get to black and you're like, oh, there's a million.
There's so many.
Any direction.
Black's really deep,
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, it's got to be Carrick. But then I was like, no, I don't know if that's the best, though. Because it requires a specific kind of thing to do. I ended up choosing Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier.
A new one.
Yeah. This is just, the Edict Effect deck is just so good, especially when I chose Light Paws as my mono white deck, right? And the fact that this can ulti or flip and get that emblem, the turn it comes down basically with a single Edict Effect is just, I think, just raw nuts powerful. And to me, I feel like this exemplifies a lot of what I love about Black, and it's not in this is Aristocrats deck or whatever. It's just kind of like Black makes things die. And you're also draining at the same time. So I guess it is Aristocrats.
Yeah, it's Aristocrats for sure.
Yeah.
I had, as my favorite, I had Sephiroth, but my answer was Carrick.
Sure.
Carrick, yeah.
Just as far as if I thought about it and I was facing them on the table, man, you see Carrick and it's just like, it's going to be a huge pain in the butt. Yeah.
It's also so iconically Black in terms of just like, it's the most powerful Black commander. I went down the Aristocrat route as well, but I went with Yawgmoth Thran Physician for my commander.
Cool.
It's disruptive, it draws cards, it can wipe out stuff out of nowhere. This deck, once Yawgmoth's on the battlefield, feels unstoppable, and it's very fun to play, gives you a ton of different choices.
Yeah, that's what I like about Yawgmoth. I almost picked Yawgmoth too. So it's very tricky. It's just amazing.
Tricky,
it always has play in different situations. Yeah, I really like that deck a lot. Definitely like more of an advanced side, like difficult to play. A lot of decisions.
Oh, nice. So that's another one where all 3 of us had different answers.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, well, it's your color, Jimmy. It's red. Well, we all have different answers here.
Probably. I went with Magda, Brazen Outlaw, for this
Great
one.
Answer.
There was a lot of different choices here.
Red's actually very deep as well.
Yeah, Chiscoria, right? You can even go like Doretti and stuff. But I think Magda, for me, is the best because it also is personal taste here. I love the fact they can choose either dragon or an artifact. Treasures, I think, are now very much a red thing and are very important to red decks. And it's just a fun little 2-mana commander that like you can build it so many different ways. It's always going to be relevant. There's always going to be new ways and new crazy things to fetch out with it.
I mean, being a 2-drop too is I had Magda definitely in the possibilities pile for me.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone else chose.
Who'd you pick, Rachel?
I stuck pretty classic on this one. I think one of the most iconically powerful and fun commanders of all time, Krenko Mob Boss.
Krenko,
it's a good one.
Nice.
Krenko's just always powerful. I think it's a super linear commander that you're just like, I'm going to make a lot of goblins and my commander's going to make a lot of goblins. It feels super explosive. You can do like big mana stuff with it. You can do aristocrat stuff with it. You can stick typal or like anthem effects. It's just really flexible, really interesting, and there's a reason that it's one of the most popular red commanders of all time.
Yeah, I had trouble with this one because I liked both of your picks. Were definitely like, as I first sketched out, what do I like? Zada and Zurzoth are both favorites of mine.
I love Zurzoth.
Zurzoth is sweet.
I love Zada.
Both those, if I was building a red deck, are more my favorites. But when I thought of like, what am I the most scared of, I picked Perforos.
That was a close second for me
Perforos, which is just like you see it and you're like, oh, this game's gonna be so fast.
Yeah,
we're gonna die out of nowhere.
Yep.
You can't get rid of the thing.
Nope.
Like it's such
You're like board wiping doesn't even help.
Doesn't do anything.
It's a clock. That's all it is. Is a clock.
All right. Well, 4 colors down. Before we get to our 5th, let's talk about our sponsors really fast because maybe you're gonna build one of these decks now that you've heard us all gushing about it. Go to cardkingdom.com/command. Maybe you do want that special Sephiroth Fabled Soldier version, or you're just trying to build a classic Magda deck. Or Kozilek, who knows, whatever it is, cardkingdom.com/command has options for you available in different treatments, different foils, whatever it is. And the nice thing is they ship it to you on one convenient package straight to your doorstep. So you get that deck, you're ready to sleeve it up and play it the moment it gets there. Use that affiliate link to support the show while you're at it. And of course, build a best commander out of these next, we have 28 more choices to go. cardkingdom.com/command.
And once you build one of these decks, you got to keep it protected. You go to ultrapro.com/command to get all of the sleeves, deck boxes, play mats, binders, wall scrolls, everything that you need to keep your collection looking good and organized. Look, I identify as a Yawgmoth player. I want a Yawgmoth playmat. I want the black sleeves with the black deck box, and just really show your pride in whatever deck really floats your boat. They're all different ones for all of us. And you can support the show if you use our affiliate link by going to ultrapro.com/command.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to support our content directly, all you need to do is go to patreon.com/commandzone. You can join our community, and there's all kinds of perks for our patrons, like interacting with all three of us on our Discord. We're on there every day answering questions, and you also get access to exclusive content at certain tiers. So if you want to watch Turn Talk, which comes out after every Extra Turns episode, or if you want to see Extra Turns or game nights earlier than the general public and ad-free, that's all available, again, at patreon.com/commandzone. We really appreciate our patrons. Thanks for the support.
And we shout out one lucky patron every episode. This episode is dedicated to Mark Ross.
Mark, you rock.
You made it happen.
You Ross.
That sci-fi short?
Mark, you Ross.
Mark, you Ross. All right, mono green time.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one. And
this one was easy for me.
I do think we should say this one together because...
Do I have the same one as you? Let's find out. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Selvala!
Yeah.
Heart of the Wild.
I did know that we shared this one because I set up all the paper. And Selvala Heart of the Wilds was like undeniably the best one for me. You look at the other ones and you're like, yeah, Galta's powerful. You can do some cool stuff. But like,
Omnath, make a bunch of mana.
Any of those decks are improved by putting Selvala in the command zone.
Yeah, and a lot of them are kind of a little more narrow too. Like it's an elf deck. And it's like elf decks are powerful, but as the best commander in color, do I want to choose something that's so specific?
Yeah.
Selvala is, it is kind of generic as it turns out, but at the same time, like you can go a couple of different directions with the specifics of the cards in there. Yeah. But if you see that in the command zone, you're in for a game for sure because it does everything.
It does everything. It is real powerful.
It's also so explosive that you're just like, okay, you untap with it. Do we die?
Yeah.
Like you can put a huge thing into play immediately.
Well, and sometimes it's not even clear that that's going to happen. You're like, we might be safe. And then they go, boom. Oh, crap. No, it taps for 20.
Yep.
Oh, no. Now you can untap it. It's over. Like,
cool.
And we are talking about mono green here, but the fact that Selvala does add mana of any color.
Yeah.
So outside of just mono green, Selvala is just also crazy. So.
Yeah. Selvala lasted a long time as a CEDH commander in mono green, which is pretty sick. I think it's still out there.
Yeah.
Now there's the bear.
The bear? Mm-hmm. Da bears.
You know what I mean?
Ayara?
The bear.
I was like, that one's not.
Ayula?
No, the big bear that brings all the lands back.
It's from...
We play so much CEDH. We know.
Lumra.
Lumra.
Oh I can picture the art. Jeez. We only do this for a living.
We got it. No, the bigger bear.
Yeah,
the bigger bear. Ayula? Yeah, she's a big bear. Okay, let's talk about color pairs. We're out of the monocolors. We're into two colors now.
Yeah, honestly, like the monocolored stuff, I was like, I don't really build monocolored decks. I don't even think I have one right now. I was like, these are all theoretical. I only see them from my opponents. Until we got to just now, I was like, oh, I have some of these decks.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Azorius is first up. Who wants to go?
Oh, boy. It was very clear to me doing this that, oh, yeah, you're an Azorius player. Because there was like 4 or 5 that I was like, first of all, I have them. And also, I don't know which one's the best. I'm going to say Shurikai.
Yeah.
Because it is like my favorite deck, or one of them that I have. But I wanted to give, a shout out to Nico.
Good.
Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to Nico, who's my pick.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nico, I think, is a great example of like a proactive Azorius deck that can do really powerful stuff and can make you feel like you're doing really sweet things without feeling really controlling, which is why I picked Nico as like the best Azorius commander in my opinion in terms of design. And your deck is a great testament of why it's so fun.
Yeah, Nico's really good. I was going to go with Brago, but I was like, nah, combat damage sucks. So I went with Yorion Sky Nomad instead.
Yeah. Also Esper, Azorius Blink.
Yeah. Azorius Blink, and it's an ETB effect, so you're going to get it no matter what, unless it gets countered. But Brago used to be the big, scary commander, but you just stop it. Right, and it's very telegraphed. Yorion, I think, has just got that extra edge over it. But I love everyone else's choice as well. I actually didn't choose Shurikai because I knew Josh was going to take it.
Did you have another?
Not that we're even
Shurikai is the commander I signed the most.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not the card I signed the most, which
I think
is
it's
often
the number 1 built deck on EDH Rec as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a very popular
that makes sense.
deck.
Yeah. I was also just going to shout out Heliod because I also have that deck.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah, that was on my list too.
Really cool.
That's a very cool deck. Okay, we're moving on to Orzhov, which is... I was looking at these, it was like, this is just a whole bunch of commanders that do exactly the same thing.
That's what I thought.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, Mono
and they're
Black
all
was so diverse.
Pretty good at it.
Orzhov would also be diverse, and then you're like, No, it's just all aristocrats.
It's just all
aristocrats.
Just sacrifices slightly different things.
Yeah, which aristocrats commander do you think is the best?
Yeah.
So I went a different direction, but if you guys have aristocrat ones, let's do that.
Mine's kind of aristocrat-y, I guess. It's Ketramos, the New Dawn. This just came
that's
out
a good answer.
in Ether Drift. I think it's a, we used to really hype up commanders that had indestructible on them. Ketramos is like the newest addition to that list. It's also got Menace and Lifelink, and it can't attack or block unless you get to 7 more cards in exile, but that's not too hard to do in Commander. And I think once this thing is online and going, you're drawing cards, you are destroying people, and you're getting Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible Attacker. Like, your Commander is sticking around, and it is terrifying.
Any commander that rewards you for removing your opponent's stuff is like, okay, it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty spicy. Because
you're probably gonna have removal, so your deck's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I think Lifelink on the commander just makes it just really ups it these days for me too.
Yeah, this one took maybe the longest of all of them for me to figure it out. And what I decided eventually was like, well, if you're gonna be just choosing between aristocrats, then probably go with. I decided to go with sort of the simplest, most sort of classically aristocrats one, and I just went with Teysa Karlov.
Teysa, iconic too.
Yeah, it's kind of just, it is going to be good at doing the thing that you want to do, and it's kind of uncomplicated.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're doing something powerful, you do it twice.
Yeah, that's easy to figure out. Yeah, hard to mess that up. Okay, now I'm curious what Rachel went with, not aristocrats.
I didn't go aristocrats because there were so many that I was just like, all of these are kind of like roughly the same.
Yeah.
And I went with the commander that I think is one of the most fun commanders of all time.
Oh.
It's Brina the Demagogue.
Oh, Brina is cool.
Brina,
I think in terms of power level, Brina is a little bit lower than a lot of the ones that we're talking about because it feeds the entire table. It incentivizes your opponents to attack each other, and it gives you counters, and it gives you card draw. But that payoff is enormous. You get a huge flyer, you draw a lot of cards as well, and it's so cheap. Plus, it flies it flies over the radar, I guess, because it has flying.
It's an owl or a bird.
It's one of those decks that just sort of sits back, and then you look up from your game, and you're like, oh, I think we just lose.
Yeah.
Because the Brina deck's drawn a ton of cards, and suddenly is sitting on a 12/12 flyer. So it's on the more casual side, but I just think that this is like, if you're looking for an Orzhov commander and you want it to be powerful and fun, it's hard to get better than Brina.
Yeah.
Jordan has a Brina deck, and I remember Brina reads way worse than it plays.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in action the first time, being like, oh crap.
Yeah.
That's, whoa. Like,
Stop.
I thought that, I was like, that card, that's not going to do anything. And it does a lot every time you play against it. You're like, oh, actually, no. You just kind of have to see it in action before you understand why it's good. But once you do, you're like, that card is a menace.
Yeah.
It's a flying.
It's the first card as well on our list so far that is rewarding other players for doing things, which has now become kind of a big commander thing. Yeah.
I like Brina a lot. This next one was really hard for me.
Boros, it's Boros. So this has to be
Boros.
Rachel. Rachel's got to go first. This is
I hadn't been hot about this one a lot because I do think
this was one of the easiest ones for
easy for me too.
I do think that there was like a very obvious answer.
Well, that's probably what I have.
It's probably what I have too.
And I didn't pick that one.
Yeah.
And I had the very obvious answer. I considered Feather for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Feather's very powerful and fun, but it's sort of this like glass cannon that once you do the Feather thing enough, you sort of take it apart.
I wouldn't recommend. I have a Feather deck still just because I've not gotten around to taking it apart, but I wouldn't really recommend it if you're looking for a fun deck because you're right. It plays kind of very similar every time, and so
you're like, oh, that was really cool.
It'll be fun the first couple of times you play it, and then you find yourself not playing it because you're like, well, do I want to do that one thing it does? Not really.
Yeah.
So I wanted a deck that was a little bit more interesting and it can go the distance longer, and I picked the Jolly Balloon Man.
Yeah, very cool.
So this is a super cool deck. You can do combo-y style stuff because it has haste and you can untap it and make more copies, so you can go off with this thing if you want to go all the way to the high power level. But also it's just a really solid, cool, like Blink style deck that uses the cool ETBs that red has and all of the Blink synergy that white has to make a really neat deck with a commander that has super cool flavor, in my opinion. So
and a lot of balloons.
I thought this one sort of had the perfect balance of everything I was looking for.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, Josh and I clearly both chose Winota.
I think that's probably the
this
best
card
one.
is absurd.
Broken.
I'm sorry. Why are they indestructible?
It's probably second to Urza on the list so far of cards that if I see it, I'm like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're both game changers.
Yeah. Good point. I didn't even think about that.
No way. Did you look at that?
Yeah. Winota's just that kind of deck that you're like, okay, I have to kill you
Yeah, or I can't let this resolve. You can never go to combat. Yeah.
But you just can't stop it enough, right? You're going to have to like stop it once and then kill them before the second. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Oskir, who I think is my favorite.
Oskir's awesome.
Which is kind of in the Jolly Balloon Man mold of like, it's more of a value. Sort of engine-y thing.
I did notice that none of us picked equipment commanders for Boros.
And it's funny because I have an Ahiri Stoneforge deck, and it's interesting. I think equipment are just a little too cumbersome.
Yeah.
And it's fun to do, and it's great when it pops off, but there are a lot of non-games I have with equipment decks.
I sort of thought of it, there was just too many that were too similar. For like one to sort of stand out.
I'm not scared of any equipment decks, and I don't like playing them. So
there you go.
I wasn't going to pick one.
The only way I've convinced myself to make an equipment deck now is just like, can I fit every sword from every universe beyond in this equipment deck? That's fun.
Then it seems fun, and then you put those cards in your deck, but then you don't actually get to deploy or do anything with them because they kill your one creature.
Well, that's because, and then every game you're like, I just want my Sword of Feast and Famine because I really need that extra mana. How many cards do I need to dedicate to having free equip costs in here? Dang it.
All right, let's move on to Selesnya. This one's very interesting. It's very flat. There's a lot of commanders that are like pretty good, but there's not many that I'm actually like super afraid of or sort of consider in an upper echelon. So I'm curious to see what y'all have picked.
I mean, I went with the boring one, so I'll go first. But I think it's like, otherwise I was worried this archetype wasn't going to be represented really anywhere else on this list. And Sithis.
Sithis
is like the Enchantress, the best Enchantress
I don't
commander.
think I have any Enchantress
and
things.
Enchantress is a cool archetype that is fun to play. It's definitely in my style of like wheel spinning, drawing a lot of cards, doing a lot of stuff, and maybe it doesn't win you the game, maybe it doesn't do anything, but like you did a lot. So I was like, I got to go sit this here just because I don't know where else that archetype's going to be represented. And Selesnya, I know is often tokens and other things, but
Yeah, Sithis is a great answer for like just purely the scariest Selesnya commander, I think.
It's just raw power level. It just does the thing.
Yeah.
You barely have to do anything to have it come online, and then boom, you're just drawing cards, gaining life.
It really should have cost 3 mana.
It really should have. All the other Enchantresses cost 3 mana. Why does the one in the command zone cost 2?
I don't know. Sell more packs. Jeez.
I went a little bit more open-ended with things. I picked Kutzil Malamet Exemplar. This is the 3 mana cat that keeps people out of your turn. Hey, that's mine. And it says when you hit with things that are bigger than their base power and toughness, you draw cards. So it's like Toski, but kind of in 2 colors. It rewards you for counters and equipment and anthem effects, sort of however you want to build it, and is one of the Selesnya legends that I just keep putting in decks.
Yep, I went with Reese the Redeemed. I was like,
classic.
This is green-white. There's tokens. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do here. Trostani, all the different token commanders. It was like that or +1/+1 counters, right? So, and I think like tokens at least allows you to, for creature tokens specifically, because Reese can double that, and I love it just being 1 mana. And to me, this harkens back to like classic commander feels. You know, when me and Craig used to play like 11 years ago, he plays Reese deck, and you're like, oh my gosh,
that deck was unbeatable at that time. Yeah.
Oh my
Plus,
gosh.
he's going to try for the Horde you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
how many tokens does he need? 5?
Yeah. I don't think I have any other token commanders on my list, so this was my spot, similar to what Josh did with his. This was my spot for the token commander.
Yeah.
I do want to say that Kutzil card I've played against a couple times, and I hate it.
You're like, wait.
I can't do anything on your turn.
Nothing.
You took away all my tricky stuff.
But your turn's my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that effect.
So it's always like end step before their turn. You're like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Let me think through every possible thing.
Yeah. Heaven forbid they're the turn before yours.
I put instants in my deck so I wouldn't have to do this.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
Can you activate
just
abilities?
Force Josh to make decisions.
Yeah. Can you at least activate abilities, or is it nothing?
Yeah, you can do abilities.
It's just
right?
spells.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's on the next page. Hang on, there's
Let's
so many
make sure we're right
so
about
many
that.
papers. Yeah, can't cast spells during your turn.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the Grand Abolisher effect is just good, and it's only gotten better.
It's also like one of the better Voltron commanders because it just says like, look, I can commit a lot to this attack. And
I'll get this hit in. At
like
least.
I'm definitely going to do something.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry like I'm going to cast my Sword of Feast and go to equip and they'll kill it out front.
Yeah.
Like you just
And then they cycle Adawara and you're like,
oh, that's right. That's true. Yeah, you get to play Magic in like the more like early days when it's like, no one's going to interact with me. I'm fine. But now your commander just says that for you, right?
Oh, okay. Let's move on to blue-black.
Dimir.
This is an interesting one. For me, this was pretty obvious.
Yeah, this was maybe the second or third easiest for me.
All right,
Yeah.
let's...
well, I did not go with the obvious choice here.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay. Well,
should we
Rachel
say
and
the
I,
obvious
3, 2, 1, Eureka. Yeah.
Eureka, it's Eureka.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about beloved Dimir commanders, it's really hard to beat Yuriko. It's exceptionally powerful. It's really fun and casual. It's really powerful in CDH. It's like a nightmare to play against.
It's got the words Commander Ninjutsu on it.
Which it shouldn't have.
That was a mistake.
Gavin.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Derevi now as well.
But
It's
like people
in
love
same
that
realm
card,
of,
right?
like,
So many
what
people
that
want
is.
to play it.
Yeah. It's
so
so good.
I think if we're talking about like the perfect balance of fun and interesting, power level, and like beloved, like there's just nothing that beats Yuriko for me.
Yeah, for me it was the Scarab God.
Oh, I'm so glad you picked this.
Yeah, I am terrified of this deck when it hits the table or anyone just plays the Scarab God. I think Blue-Black Reanimator is just like, to me, that's like classic. That's what Blue-Black's all about. It's either that or it's the more control-y side or like the life loss side as well. But I just love Scarab God. And I guess actually Scarab God does do life loss as well.
Yeah.
But I love Reanimate. I love playing with my opponent's stuff. So anything that allows me to just do that is definitely going to be personal taste, will override a lot of other things for me.
Scarab God is sweet. I don't know. I've had at least a few game nights or extra turns episodes where I'm not playing the Scarab God, but it's in the deck and I cast it and I'm like,
uh-oh.
The game's just about Scarab God now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a card in my deck, but that is how good it is.
New mini game, all completely revolving around this one card.
Yeah. There are a few Magic cards that feel as like sick as Scarab God.
Yeah.
Like he's just.
It feels like, I can do anything. I can figure it out. There's a lot of options here.
It's a god, and it gets back to your hand too if it dies.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, that's Dimir. Some cool options there. Is it?
Is it time?
Is it?
Is it?
Or isn't it?
Isn't it?
Well,
did we all choose the same one for is it?
I think I did.
I put a something or what I think you both picked because I'll be honest, I haven't played against.
Yeah.
So let's
I've
hear
just heard
what,
people complain about it a lot.
let's hear
And
your,
I read it.
your non.
I said Niv Mizzet Perun.
Okay.
Which is just classically combo-y, very
That's my number
strong.
2.
Yeah, that was
without
mine
a doubt.
as well.
Yeah, and the Final Fantasy one that you're going to say.
Vivi.
Yeah.
Vivi on a tier.
On a tier.
On a tier.
On a tier.
I don't know.
On a tier 0, tier 1.
Tier.
Really powerful.
I just say Vivi, but I remember us all reading it here and being like,
What?
It was like Nadu levels.
it was like that. Read it the 4th and 5th time. Like I must be missing a word or something. Something's wrong. Yeah, it was like Nadu. It actually was exactly like when we all read Nadu and we're like, and people were walking around and go, "Have you read this? Did you see that?
Did you see
Did you
Vivi?
see it?
Yeah.
Like the whole office.
No
was,
restriction on the mana. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
But the same thing happened as what happened with Nadu. That kind of made everybody around here just not build it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that one's broken. So what's the point of doing that?
Yeah.
So all I did was hear social media complaining about it. But I've never...
Or get excited.
Yeah.
There are a lot of excited players out
But
there.
I've never played against it, so that's why I was like, well...
I've never played against it either. I've seen it on a few gameplay channel shows now, and it's just like, oh. And then you watch recently the Magic Championships was like 90% VV Cauldron decks in Standard. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, they just made 15 mana in the turn in Standard, so imagine what you could do in Commander.
This was one of those that I was like, do I pick VV? Because it sort of was like the Urza thing where you're like, yeah, you could build VV, but I don't know if I would say like, you should build VV. So my backup for this one...
You shouldn't build Niv Mizzet Perun either.
Yeah.
Don't do either of those.
Yeah, do that. Why not?
So I did settle on an Izzet commander that I was like, I think this is my actual answer. If somebody was like, I wanted to build like a powerful Izzet commander that feels really cool, it's Brudiclad.
Brudiclad. There you go.
Brudiclad's still really fun.
One, yeah.
It still does really sick stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's
Many
still an
people at the
artifact
office
deck.
have this deck too.
It's really one of the coolest cards, and I think if you're looking for a card that isn't these two like just sort of iconically busted as commanders,
that's really good.
I think Brudiclad is
advice.
like a great commander.
It's also right in that range of like beginning to be more complicated and
Yeah.
understanding how it works and the cool things you can do with it. That turns on that part of your commander brain too. It's like, oh, I could do. Oh, wait, I could. Where Vivi's just like, cast spells, make mana, win game. It's like, all right, cool.
While all opponents groan.
Yeah,
not even instants and sorceries.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
it's crazy.
what? Anyway,
Again,
both Nado and Vivi had the same thing here where we showed it, everybody talked about it, and then we just wordlessly, it was like, well, that's not going to be part of any gameplay content.
no.
Like, that doesn't seem fair.
It's never going to be on the channel.
yeah. We don't have enough CGBs at the office to beat the decks, basically.
All right.
Ooh, we got Simic up next?
Yeah.
Simic is up next.
All right. My favorite color
This is definitely
pairing.
you, Josh.
Yeah, I didn't pick one of my favorites just because, again, going with the sort of on the Urza, Winota line of thinking, then there's an obvious choice here, which is Keenan, Bonder Prodigy.
I picked Keenan as well.
It's just a broken card.
Yawn.
Similar to Vivi, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, Keenan's a mistake.
Actually, I would say there's a decent number of cards on here that I could classify under mistake for sure.
Yeah. This is just a really, really powerful card that you can build in like non-infinite ways. That's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a card that will just accidentally go infinite when you didn't really mean to. Like it just has, it just will do that. Yeah.
When it goes off too, you're like, oh wow, that was a little too much.
You're like, okay, like I cycle through my deck and I cheat a bunch of stuff into play. You can't counter any of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all happening. If Keenan resolves, this happens.
Well, it's like the colorless or the 5-color,
Golos.
Yeah, it's like got that like, oh my goodness gracious.
Except it also powers up the stuff that's activating it.
Exactly. Yeah. I went a little bit outside the box here. I just was thinking like if I was going to tell someone to build a green-blue deck, what's like a really great one for them to get into the game with, and that's AC.
Great.
Great
answer.
It's actually what Sam Waldo built a pre-con deck around, and it's perfect because he's a newer player, isn't as invested in the game, but every time he plays it, he has fun.
Yeah.
Because he gets to draw cards and play more lands and play more cards and do the magic thing.
Yeah, he's gonna do stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna do stuff. You're gonna always have a hand that's full of stuff, and you're gonna have the mana to keep doing bigger and cooler stuff. So if you want to go battle cruiser with it, you're set.
Yeah, AC or Tatio, I think both are good.
Yeah. Tatio is a very close second, but AC's double land drop, I think, is what sets it over the edge for me.
So the next color combo that we're going to talk about is the one that I had the hardest time with. I think, honestly, after going through this entire thing, has the deepest suite of commanders. And, of course, we're going to get to that after a few words from our sponsors.
Good setup.
Thank you.
What's up, pipsqueaks? It's me, the totally ripped raccoon from Thickest in the Thicket. When it comes to fitness, my goal is the thickness. But when it comes to wallets, carrying a thick, bulky mess around was weighing me down, in a bad way. That's why I switched to this Ridge wallet, and the gains to my life have been stacked. Don't be fooled by their slim, modern design. Ridge wallets are strong, made with premium materials like titanium and carbon fiber. They're perfect for protecting those extra cards I pick up by being the bulkiest bandit on the battlefield, whether it's my credit card, ID, or membership to Eternal Fitness. And Ridge wallets come in a bushel of different colors and styles, so your wallet can look as good as you do, or as good as I do. Check out these packs! Now that I've got the thinnest wallet in the thicket, I feel like my power is doubled. Let's get swole!
For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off at Ridge by using code COMMAND at checkout. Just head to ridge.com and use code COMMAND and you're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them, so please support our show and tell them we sent you. Again, that's ridge.com, promo code COMMAND. Ugh, my eye has been bothering me all week. I don't know what to do.
See a doctor?
Okay, I'll just magically find a doctor. Look, if this was an issue with one of my deck lists, I would just go online and see what's recommended. With medical issues, I'm lost. If only there was like a Scryfall for doctors.
Well, you're in luck. There kind of is. You should just do what I do and use ZOCDOC. ZOCDOC is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. They've got over 100,000 doctors across every specialty. That's more doctors than Magic cards.
What?
Yeah, mental health, dental, primary care, urgent care, they've got it all.
But how do you know if they'll synergize with my insurance?
Well, first of all, no one says it that way, but ZOCDOC can filter by insurance provider, location, or even by verified patient rating. Then once you've found the perfect doctor for you, ZOCDOC lets you see their actual appointment openings and instantly book a visit, often on the same day.
Wow. With ZOCDOC, finding a doctor might actually be easier than building a commander deck?
I mean, building a commander deck is kind of hard.
Is it?
For some of us, Rachel, yes, it is. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/command to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/command, ZocDoc.com/command.
This message is sponsored by RAYCON.
I am Edgar Markov, vomiter of vampires, bane of brackets 2, 3, and 4. But now I am back in this stylish retro frame. In many ways, I am just like my beloved RAYCON Everyday Earbuds Classic. Let us count them. 1. We both deliver top-tier performance in an elegant classic look. 2. I am less pricey post-reprint, and RAYCONs are half the price of other premium brands. 3. The latest version of RAYCON's Everyday Earbuds Classic now features active noise cancellation, so we can both silence the riffraff with a single tap. 4. Everyone loves us. These RAYCONs are my favorite way to blast some Baroque beats while bashing your opponent's body. And with tens of thousands of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star reviews, countless others agree. But let's count them anyway. 1, a 2, a 3.
Go to buyraycon.com/command to get 20% off the fan favorite Everyday Earbuds Classic. Right now, Raycon is offering 20% off their Everyday Earbuds Classic. That's buyraycon.com/command. Sponsored by Raycon.
Aha! Psych Rift. Yeah, this deck feels like a 3.
Updating your decks?
No, I'm just sorting them into commander brackets.
Oh, just use ARCHIDEKT. It's the easiest way to get an estimate of your deck's bracket. Plus, you can click the number and it'll lay out the reasoning. It takes things like tutors, extra turns, and land destruction into account, and game changers are all clearly marked. It even recognizes 2-card combos. See? It's saying your deck is actually a 4. It'll be a 3 if you cut Ristic Study.
Huh. Okay, 4 it is.
ARCHIDEKT is the best place to browse, brew, and check your deck's commander brackets. Just go to archidekt.com/commandzone to get started.
That's ARCHIDEKT.com/commandzone.
Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about the best commander in every single color combination in Magic. All 32. We've talked about a lot of them already, but I've promised you the most difficult choice in the entire list, at least for me.
Really? This one I just went personal taste. And
I thought that this was like
thinking about
this
it.
was
the
deep, though.
longest list of bangers of any of the colors, and we're talking
Iconic
about
commanders.
Rakdos.
Pure power level commanders, personal taste. It was all over the place for me for sure.
Powerful, good, interesting, funny commanders, just like all the way down.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Selesnya and you're like, I guess tokens, huh?
Yeah. Azorius blank,
Yeah.
All right, well, okay, so it's Rakdos.
It's Rakdos, yeah.
Yeah, what'd you pick, Rachel?
Oh, you picked Rakdos, right?
Rakdos?
No, I went.
You have a Rakdos deck, though.
I do. I have a Rakdos Lord of Rides deck. I think it's awesome.
And
I think
the
it's
new
such
Rakdos
a fun
is sweet
commander.
from OTJ,
But I settled on one that just exploded out of the gates with a very, very cool precon. It's Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls.
Yeah, this card's sick.
This is from Duskborn. It's red, it's black, it's a pinger, like punishy deck that draws cards and feels like the bad guy. It's just, it does a lot of what Rakdos wants to do in a very powerful and sort of contained way.
It has ward as well, right?
Yeah.
It does. It is ward, pay 2 life. So you're definitely going to draw a card off of this thing.
It's not... Yeah, as wards go, it's not the kind that makes you feel as safe as many other wards, but it is relevant for sure.
At least it gives you a card if they pay for it.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
I actually recently in the Discord recommended someone build a Valgavoth deck. They were looking for a Rakdos deck to build, and I was like, this is just, it's great. It's not so threatening that it instantly gets deleted like a Vivi does.
Yeah.
It'll stick around for a little bit, it'll get you the value, and if it sticks around for longer, great. If it doesn't, you don't care so much. But it's a great starting point, I think, for a Rakdos player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like this one a lot.
I went with Asmiranda Marco Dice Nicole the card.
Hey, that's fun.
Yeah, it's got some discard in there. You get to have an extra special card in your deck, basically like having an 8th or a 9th card in your hand. And
the cookbook, of course.
The cookbook, yeah. And, it's just got a really weird way to cast it. And it's just kind of like a fun, just weird, strange, but cool Rakdos thing. And it's got the, I think Rakdos having discard, right? There's like Anya Falconwrath was also on my list as well.
That's a cool answer.
But it's madness only. So I think Asmo just gives you a lot more options. And there's going to be more and more things about discard as the game goes on. So I think this commander just gets more, interesting over time.
Yeah, I was with Rachel where the depth of Rakdos kind of surprised me. Because it does the discard stuff, does the the have you done damage to your opponent stuff. It has just a lot of directions, a little aristocrats in there.
Yeah.
And then I went with Prosper Tomebound, which
Prosper.
is the play from exile
Gotta.
thing that there's a bunch that do that as well.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the fun things about this exercise, was just kind of realizing certain colors. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
So deep.
I could, there's like 5 or 6 in here that I would pick. And then certain colors, you're like, well, it really is just that. I think.
Yeah, I love Prosper.
And I have a Greven deck and an Obosh deck, so I actually have a couple of other Rakdos.
And those are so different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I think they really give themselves permission to play in Rakdos is a big part of it, where like red and black are sort of chaotic colors that can do crazy stuff together, and they're like, as long as it's paying life or doing something kind of big and splashy, like those colors are allowed to be bombastic and make for really interesting, cool commanders.
Well, one of the things I really like, because in my head, Rakdos is kind of aggro, but when you actually look at the commanders, there's a bunch of different ways to go, and there's a lot of value-based stuff. So whatever kind of deck you want to play, Rakdos will have something for that style.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All right, let's talk about Golgari. Green, black, blah, into the sludge we go.
The most popular color combination.
Really?
Yeah, overall.
Wow. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's like, it's resilient, it's cool, it's like... lets you do really powerful stuff, like reanimation type effects is really great.
Good removal, all that.
This was a tricky one. There's a couple that I thought that were really great and were sort of like iconic. Like I looked at Marin, was like, Marin's just like when I think of Golgari, I think of Marin.
Yeah.
But I actually went with sort of a more modern take on Golgari that I think is like, when it came out, I was like, it's powerful, it's funny, it's cool, it's Shatterfang.
Ah, Chatterfang. Yeah, very good card.
Immediately, like, one of the most popular commanders in Golgari. The fact that it was like squirrels and aristocrats and tokens, it just does so much that people are really interested in doing, and it's powerful to boot.
Yeah, it's a token deck, which a lot of people like that go wide thing, but it is also very powerful and has more options than your average token deck. Yeah, I really like Chatterfang a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
I went with the Gitrog monster.
I went with the Gitrog monster.
Yeah. That was on
Don't
my
have
list.
a lands deck in my list, and it's the Gitrog monster.
To be clear, this is the
it is legendary.
The
it's
OG.
legendary.
Yeah,
OG
not the Ravenous Ride, which that one's cool too.
Yeah,
But
that was actually
Anything
really
that says Gitrog on it is pretty good.
it's pretty sweet. Yeah, Folly on the Gitrog monster.
they're all good.
Yeah.
But the Gitrog monster, the OG one, is still like, for me, the grown tester. It's in the Winota Urza mold of there's a Gitrog at the table. You're like, I don't care what you say.
Yep. No.
That deck's gonna be broken. Yeah.
It's Gitrog. There's no infinite combos.
I don't care what bracket you tell me. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
You know what it's gonna have? A lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to go infinite
And
to
when you
go
say no
a
infinite
lot.
combos, there's a pretty good chance that you just find one on accident that you didn't. It's not two cards,
And
but
you're like,
after.
well, it's not deterministic.
Yeah.
It's
worse, actually.
Past
I'm
turn
gonna
after
watch you now.
20
you
minute
might
turns.
whiff.
Yeah.
Gitrog is also not one that I would be like, hey, you know what you should build? The Gitrog monster. One of the most complicated decks to pilot of all time.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
When I have a landfall deck and they put Gitrog in there, I'm like, man, I'm taking this out.
I
I don't want to deal with this. I
is
don't want to
really
deal
hard.
with this monster. Yeah.
All right.
So let's talk about red-green Gruul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, grueling choice.
Well, speaking of lands deck, this is where I put mine. I said
okay.
Omnath, Locus of Ray.
classic.
Yeah. And I think one of the first times where I kind of had the light bulb moment of like, oh, lands deck, Titania and this kind of came out around this same-ish time, and those were both kind of came up in our play group at that time, and I was like, man, these lands decks.
Yeah, they do a lot of work.
Pretty real.
Yeah.
And Omnath is just, turned out to be a lot better than Titania and sort of occupies that space more in my head. But
Yeah. And it's hitting people for what, 5 damage?
Yeah, it's just, I mean,
Once it has gotten going, you're like, well, we're dead then.
Yeah.
Like, you have to kill it the second you have priority or the game is just over. It
Yeah,
feels
Omnath
like.
kind of does that, huh?
Yeah. that is lands decks.
Yeah,
Ain't it?
I went with Xenagos, God of Revels,
Oh, good.
also kind of a classic. I just want double power, double toughness, or not double, just it gains plus X where it's current power.
And
It's
haste.
Haste, yeah.
it doubles, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. I like that it just comes out smacking and just hurts. It just hurts.
Xenagos is a classic where you're just like, we gotta be ready.
Yeah, gotta be
Who the hell
ready.
knows?
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And it comes
choose,
out fast.
You choose your choice of red-green monsters to go with it. And it's another creature. It just sits there as like an indestructible enchantment, and you're like, oh, crap. Like Perforos. Yeah.
I picked one of your commanders,
Yeah,
Jimmy. I
was
picked
surprised I didn't pick this one either.
Itali Primal Conqueror.
That was my honorable mention.
New
This
Itali.
card.
Crazy.
If there's an
So
Itali on the battlefield, there's gonna be more. It's just the kind of card that like once the first trigger goes on the stack, the whole table holds their breath. Because just some crazy chains can get put together. You have to disrupt so fast, and even if you have sorcery speed removal, that may not be fast enough. They've probably gotten 2 to 5
So
to
much
7
value.
new spells off of it.
So good.
It's pretty absurd. Not to mention this is a weird Gruul deck that can deck you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or kill you with poison. randomly.
Yeah. That's the other thing is if you've survived the ETB, you still have a problem. Like if it flips over, it is a Blightsteel Colossus.
Well, you very often survive
on
the
the
ETB.
other side.
It's just that you cannot. It's just a mountain appeared in front of you, and you don't have the equipment to climb it.
Right. Yeah.
It's just hard to stop what it's doing,
Yeah.
right? Like if you can't counter it, then they're gonna get so much off of it.
Yeah. Right. And then when they get multiple copies of it, then it just compounds.
Yeah.
Love that card. All right, that's it for 2 colors.
Golly, that's it. Yeah, we've been through
16?
what is 10? Yeah, 16. So
We're
halfway. We got to keep moving. Oh God.
Let's chug along to Esper, white, blue, black, classic colors known for making fun games happen for your opponents.
This color was honestly deeper than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of really powerful ones. There's a lot of really interesting ones. It felt like there was a depth that I didn't really give it credit for in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was harder than I thought. I went with another sort of classic one. Again, grown testing. I went with Zur the Enchanter.
Oh, sure.
Very good.
Which is just a pain in the butt card to play against because, they're going to get Necropotence at the least. Like, that's the least bad thing they're going to get is Necropotence. And if it's just like, hey, they guaranteed get Necropotence this game, that's bad enough. But sometimes it's Stasis or some crap and you're just like, what is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different ways to take that for sure. I like that.
I kept things pretty generically powerful for this one because it's just a kind of card that you can build in a lot of different ways and does really neat things. I picked Rafine.
Yeah.
Scheming Seer.
Super good. All that conniving.
A lot of conniving. It's a big, powerful flyer. It turns you through your deck so you can play like a control game with it. You can play a reanimator game with it. You can play an aggro game with it. There's just a lot of different ways that you can be killed by Rafine, and it's just the amount of value that you have for when you first attack with this card on the battlefield is pretty real.
Pretty real. I went super classic, super grown test, super do not build this deck. It's send triplets.
The best commander.
The best command. I think it's the best.
Triplets.
I didn't put the Tali Primal Conqueror on there because I do love playing with my opponent's stuff, and this is just the meanest, worst, awfulest, best way to do that in Magic. Is playing send triplets. Yes, it has to survive until your next upkeep, but who cares? When it does, everyone just hates you.
You get to steal your opponent's hand.
Your hand. Yeah, their hand.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
It's not. Don't play it. Don't build send triplets.
Here's mostly what happens when you play send triplets is people just kill it every time.
Yeah.
Over stuff that they know is worse for them, but it's just like,
Nope.
I just don't want you looking at my hand and playing my cards. So even if there's something that I should be destroying, I'm still killing send triplets. And so what the net is for you is that you don't really play much of the game.
Yeah. That's kind of like Vivi, actually, so get ready for that, too. That was my quote-unquote best, but that was by far the biggest. Oh, gosh. And that, as a result, I think I've seen zeros and triplet decks.
Yeah, they don't. They
don't last long in your
They don't
collection.
last long.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take them apart pretty fast.
One that I was considering that didn't make this list is Tivit.
Oh, Tivit.
Oh, Tivit.
Yeah.
Tivit just makes a ton of material. You can build it as a super scary like Tchotchke style deck, or you can build it as like an infinite combo deck. It's a CDH commander, which is shocking, but it is just sort of that powerful. So I think that one is a great like. If you just need a busted commander in the command zone, Tivit answers your question.
I'm really excited for this next one, Grixis.
Ooh.
This was a really tough choice for me. And I ended up going with a slightly newer card, so I'll kick it off. I went with Marchesa, Dealer of Death.
Oh.
So I'm very
I thought you were going to go with the other Marchesa.
I thought so too.
It's like your favorite card
but
ever.
Then I read
That's a sweet
Marchesa,
card.
Dealer of Death, and every time I read Marchesa, Dealer of Death, I go, man, maybe I should just build this Marchesa instead. Because the other one, you're trying to jump through like 3 hoops to do some thing over and over again. And Marchesa's just like, hey, just target stuff and draw cards.
You should read this one. I don't know if everybody knows.
Blue, black,
Marchesa.
red for a 3/4, so it's also just Grixis. Whenever you commit a crime, so what you're committing crime is targeting opponents, anything they control, and/or cards in their graveyard. Whenever you commit a crime, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So
Yeah?
every single targeted spell you have has pay 1 additional, draw.
Or ability.
Yeah, or ability. Pay 1 additional and get to choose one of the top 2 cards in your deck.
This is closer to Ketramos than people give it credit for.
Yeah, this card's...
And it goes graveyard, which I've found to be a big deal. Like, it's not even like choose. It's like, I mean, yes, choose, but also put the other one somewhere I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Probably out for cheaper.
I just think this card, to me, every time I read it, it just gets better and better. And I'm like, man, I'm committing crimes anyway.
your deck's going to be good if you play this deck because you will have removal. You'll have interaction, and that will fuel the rest of what you're doing.
And you'll often have like repeated interaction on the pinger or something.
Any deck
targets.
that forces you to play interaction will open your eyes to why you should play more interaction.
Yeah.
Especially if you draw cards when you spend cards. Pretty good.
So Marchesa still made it, but the different one.
How about you, Rachel? What's your Grixis?
I did a new card as well. It's big, it's bad, it's Sauron the Dark Lord.
Sauron. It's got to be Sauron.
I mean, this card just does everything. It's like impossible to kill. It makes trump blockers. It draws you cards.
Oh my gosh.
It, like
Ward,
This is a 6-year life.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it has ward, a very difficult to pay ward. It amasses orcs, so it makes you chump blockers, or like just stuff to sacrifice. And then the ring temps uses incidental value and evasion. And whenever the ring temps, you can also just like refill your hand.
Refill your whole hand. Yikes.
This card's messed up and is just like the feeling of a big bad. Like this for me is like what Grixis should feel like. Is like I have all the answers. I have all the power. I'm the biggest, baddest villain there is around.
Nicobolas,
and it's tough to beat this
I feel
one
like every
for me.
time I play against a Sauron, I'm like, okay, there's a Sauron. Just be ready for the Sauron. Get ready for the Sauron. When the Sauron gets here, you got to be ready for it. And then they cast Sauron, and you're just like, we're dead.
One turn rotation, you're like, okay, cool, that's happening. Great.
I was just trying to be prepared. There's nothing I can do.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, and I'm still.
It was like, wait,
6
you draw
mana.
4 cards?
Yo, wait, it's got ward. I got to sack. Nope, it's just we're dead.
All right. What was yours?
I went
Josh?
one that's a little more sort of combo-y is Kest Dissonant Mage.
Oh, cool.
Which is, just the ability to, it's a lot of value, but also just planning stuff in there because of the self-mill and the discard and everything else. Yeah. And looting, you talked about looting with Rafine, which I think hopefully you've learned from watching our content, especially recently, those looting decks are really, really good.
We loot a lot.
Looting is just really, really good. So
Selection.
Yeah, and so just being able to like stack your graveyard and then set up the perfect plays. It always feels like when you play against Kest, you're just like, oh crap, they're gonna get that back, and then they're gonna do this, and there's like they got an answer for everything I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
There was a wild Kest deck at the office recently that's a Kest Infect deck that used proliferate spells and all of the spells that put poison counters on everybody.
Yeah.
And just recast them from the
never run
graveyard.
out of gas,
so you just like we were just dead like immediately, and you were like, "I'd Grixis poison spellslinger just
I can't interact with that.
Is brutal."
Sick. Proliferate.
Yeah, that's what I feel about
you can
Kest
do about
is
it.
like the decks are often like you can't interact with what they're doing, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Cool color combo.
We love me some good old Grixis spells.
Yeah, nobody brought up Nekusar. Nekusar is sort of a classic one, but Wheels decks have sort of fallen off popularity just because they're not super fun to play against, I think.
Well, I think Nekusar is one of the more fun ones to play with.
Yeah.
In that it doesn't strip other people's hands. So like, you might die to it, but they are going to make you draw a lot of cards, so you'll do stuff that game.
Yeah.
So it's not as much of a groaner as some of the other ones.
For sure.
All right, Jund them out. It's time for black, red, and green.
Jund super deep.
Yeah, super deep as well.
So many good Jund commanders.
Yeah. I had trouble picking.
Me too.
I went with Lord Windgrace.
That's a great one.
Okay.
Which is just another card that I kind of grown out because it is hard to interact with what they're doing. It's land space, it's a planeswalker.
Yeah.
It's just on a couple of axes that most decks don't have a lot of ways to, you might have 1 or 2 ways in your deck kind of deal with that stuff. And also lands decks, and especially Lord Windgrace, are sort of classically known for the wheel spinning and like watching them do a bunch of stuff. And you're like, well, it's a lot. Are we dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably not going to win, but are we dead now? Do we have to keep playing? Like, how's this work?
It's also like Windgrace is so powerful with mass land destruction that I feel like at this point with Lord Windgrace, I'm just like, tell me how much land destruction you have in it. Because I just assume if you're still playing Windgrace, like that is something that you're leaning into because the synergy is so real there.
Yeah.
I would lower the power level a little bit on this one, but this is like a beloved commander that's really sick and cool to play against. It's Henzi. Toolbox Tori. It lets you cheat big things into play. They gain haste. You draw cards. It's like usually sort of in the vein of like a Xenagos, but you're with more sneak attack stuff and more reanimator stuff.
Yeah.
Henzi's really popular. It was just one of those things that like I feel like it caught fire and those decks really stuck around. So I do think that this card has like the staying power of being a really cool deck, having a lot of different ways you can build it, and also just a lot of people seem to resonate with it.
It's powerful for sure.
It's powerful, absolutely.
Very Rachel card, Henzi.
Henzi, yeah. I love Haste,
toolbox?
graveyard, draw. Yes.
The word toolbox.
I also love a toolbox.
Yeah.
That's true.
I went with Corvold, Faker's King.
I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah, this was like the obvious choice
Talk
for
about
me.
wheel spinning.
Yeah.
Wheel spinning, boy, you are sacking things and drawing a lot of cards, and Corvold gets huge and just kills people. Yeah. This was like the very obvious pick for me for this one. I could have gone different ways. I looked at Henzi, but for me, like if I'm going to say best, it's Corvold.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, Corvold was on my list. I also wanted to shout out Prosh, who's classically, but not as much of a groaner these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can still die to a Prosh.
Yeah,
but
you don't see it and go, ugh.
Yeah, and you're like, we're dead.
All right, Naya time.
I was super surprised with Naya.
This is so tough.
In my head, Naya's boring, and then I was looking at it and I was like, man, there's like 4 or 5 in here that are really good.
A lot of stuff you can do with Naya, yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 big ones that I was between. I ended up going with Balin the Haymaker.
Yeah, very cool.
Just one of those cards that says, do you have tokens? Great.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Then you have
congrats.
cards, then you have mana, then you're set. So the whole deck can be like pretty straightforward, and it just pays you off for doing the one thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Balin's just a real wild one. But the one that I immediately went to, it wasn't Balin. I was like, I wrote down Atlapalani.
I think it's the most popular one on the EDH rec is Atlapalani.
I think it's Pantlaza.
I don't
is it
think so.
Pantlaza?
I think Atla's fallen off.
okay.
And Atla was just one of those decks that like when it was built, everybody built it. Everybody had an Atla deck. It was really cool. It was really fun. I had an Atla deck that I liked a lot. And
What's coming out of that egg?
Yeah, the flavor's really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Fun ways to build that deck for sure, too.
Yeah. So
I went with Jetmir, Nexus of Revels, similar to Balin.
The
a
other
little bit.
Balin, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Balin, but I want to swing at you and kill you instead. I think it's just really straightforward, really powerful, and play it, win the game type card.
Yeah.
There's Pantlaza, and I had both of yours in my list. Then there's the dinosaur ones, Gishoth and Pantlaza,
Gishoth.
which I thought were like
Pantlaza was on my list as well.
pretty good. They're also very good.
Yeah.
And then I went with Voja, whatever.
Voja, Conclave,
Yeah, just because of the ward, that's the groan.
That's so many. There's 2 dinosaur ones.
That are
You haven't
awesome.
even mentioned Zakama.
Yeah, Zakama too.
Like
huge
those
one.
3 are insane and very popular.
Yeah.
And then Atlapalani is like also a dinosaur commander.
Yeah.
And then we talked about 2 token commanders and Voya.
Yep.
That's like 7 that are just like,
They're all really good.
Any of those could have made the list. Yeah, for sure.
Hard to mess any of them up, too. Like, it just do what it says and it's going to be good.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, next up, Bant. Josh, you are our resident Bant player. You had the famous Rune deck for a long time.
Yeah, Bant and Azorius were the 2 where I was like, well, I have the most of these decks. I went is this the? Oh no, I went Jeskai. I went with Derevi, which I did use.
Yeah.
I still have a Derevi Stacks deck somewhere that I haven't played in like years.
Yeah.
Derevi's another sort of mistake commander in that the
Commander Ninjutsu types thing.
sort of the activated ability from the command zone that doesn't like obey commander attacks. Also just combo-tastic in the way that like you can just untap stuff and go infinite really easily. Derevi's just still sort of classically it's a classic, but to this day too powerful.
oh yeah. It was one of those ones that like, I was looking at Derevi. Derevi's kind of fallen out of favor. I used to see a ton of play, and then everybody's like, it's powerful. They kind of got pushed in the background. But honestly, Derevi today is more powerful than it's ever been. 2 mana flyers are so much better than when Derevi was popular that it's like Fairy Mastermind is just like bananas with it. Like, just a value Derevi deck is murderous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who'd you pick?
This one was really tough for me. I went with one that I think is like one of the coolest commander designs. I think immediately resonated with a ton of people and is very powerful. And it's Ms. Bumbleflower.
Miss Bumbleflower. It was another Josh deck.
Yeah, it felt a little bit lower on the power scale, but like Ms. Bumbleflower will kick your butt.
On the power scale.
That card is messed up.
It's Brina-esque in that it reads less
cute,
powerful than it is.
but it absolutely wallops you.
And it jumps, too. Don't forget the jumping. Oh
not to mention it's like pretty cute and pretty funny, and it makes for a lot of different cool gameplay moments. I just think that's it's going to be a hard one to beat for a long time.
Yeah. In line with my Corvold pick, I went with Chulane, Teller of Tales.
Yep.
Maybe another mistake commander. Not as bad as it was when it first came onto the block, but I still think that this is just similar to my AC Tyrant of Gyre Strait. You can just play it and just make your thing happen.
I think it's a really good early commander deck for people. If like you need a powerful deck in your play group, but you're not like a super experienced deck builder, Chulane, just do what it says, cast creatures.
Yeah.
It's going to be
You're
good.
going to do your thing, and especially if you're newer, you're not going to build it in a way that's oppressive or awful. It would just be something that allows you to play the game.
the last time I have to tell the story. The last time I played against a True Lane deck, my opponent said, "Don't worry, it's True Lane, it's typal." And I was like, "Okay, what's the type?" And he said, "Elves."
Classic type.
Oh, don't worry.
And I was like, I am now more worried.
Yeah. You didn't make it better
one of the most
when you said that.
broken creature types.
You made it worse, actually. You can say like ponies.
The
or
elves make the
something.
mana and True Lane draws you the cards?
Yeah.
I got you.
It's okay, all right.
Oh my gosh.
You're so creative.
Oh wow.
That's funny.
Cracked me up.
Yeah, I think
you.
I had like of the maybe 25 or so Bant legendaries that even exist. I think I had built like 7 of them at one point or another.
Which is funny because
I was
you're-
like, oh, I'm a Bant player.
Yeah, but it's funny because I feel like your other top combo is Rakdos.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. It's the other side of it.
I
Yeah.
like those. Keep them separate.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want them to mix them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's not a stew I want.
Abzan. Abzan. This one,
Yeah,
there
green,
was
white, black.
nothing. It felt like.
This was one of the ones on the other side of the scale where I was very surprised. I'm like, oh, there's not very many. I
like
felt like there'd be a
nothing.
lot.
Yeah, it's
No,
a lot of samey
Because
stuff.
Golgari has...
Yeah.
It's all like, I find Abzan to be +1/+1 counters, like graveyard combo,
Carador,
where it's
yeah.
just
And tokens.
it's like Carador and then the mutate one, or token stuff. And the one
Which is basically Selesnya.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's so weird because like I've never built I've never built Abzan. I've like keep taking Abzan decks apart. I've built like 4 of them and they just never go the distance. I couldn't figure out why. And then I was like, oh, there's just no options.
Yeah.
I think the one I picked for this one is just like I've played against it a bunch. It's really difficult to play against. It's really neat to pilot. It's the Necrobloom.
Necrobloom. Very cool.
That was my...
Necrobloom deck, yeah.
And I picked the Necrobloom as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it is powerful. And looking at the list, I thought it was the quote-unquote best, but I also... as you guys have been going along and saying like, oh, this is a good one to tell people to build. I think Necrobloom is a good one to tell people to build.
Yeah.
You'll do stuff. It'll be powerful, but
Definitely
it's not like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've played against Necrobloom decks and I'm like, whoa. We died on turn 5.
Wow.
Yeah, he is Gitrog.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a Necrobloom
It is-
issue.
it
It was a
Gitrog.
Gitrog.
It was a
Yeah.
Gitrog
It was,
monster.
can the Gitrog make the deck better?
Oh,
The answer
turn
is
5.
yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
Gitrog. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It checks out.
What'd you pick, Jimmy?
I went with Frodo and Sam to partner with
that's
commanders. Yeah, I think this is a deck that's slightly higher on the complicated level because just the way that Frodo's worded is kind of counterintuitive to how the ring works. But I like having a partner pairing. It opens you up to having always a choice to do on turn 2 and 3. And I think there's a lot of different ways you can build the deck. I have just a straight up Universes Beyond, only Lord of the Rings pretty much in my Frodo and Sam deck. And it is not, there are no real game changers in it, I don't think. And it's just, it always does work. It always has play, always has actions. And to me, it's just like nice and cohesive and fun. So,
Alrighty.
okay.
On
Abzan down.
to Jeskai.
Jeskai.
This was another sort of samey color
Yeah.
group where it just felt like there was one really obvious answer and, 2 really obvious answers. And I went with the worst of the 2. It's Narset.
Well, yeah, I was going to say.
Enlightened
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
It's-
Hexproof, why?
I think it's just the Jeskai commander that like people think of and are like, well, that's what a powerful commander deck in Jeskai looks like in Commander. It lets you sort of do whatever you'd like to do as long as you can get a 6-mana commander into play. In Jeskai, you're going to play, you're going to do really cool, powerful stuff, and
Cool.
Your opponents will kill you for it.
Not if they never take another turn.
Yeah. Cool. You'll take
Yeah.
so many game
All
actions.
of the Narsets are pretty busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like this list isn't complete if we don't talk about Narset.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that makes sense. I went with, I think this is the number 1 commander for Jeskai on EDH Rec. It's Kaikar Winds Fury.
Yeah.
Kaikar!
Yeah.
Kaikar! I built this deck myself. Why is it non-creature and not just instants and sorceries? You're making spirits, you're sacking them to add mana, you're storming off, you're doing a bunch of different things with it. I just think this, just classic Jeskai to me, but more on the Spellslinger route.
Sure.
Yeah, I went with Kaikar as well. Also a groaner. Like when somebody's like, what is everybody playing? Something. Kaikar, you're like, okay,
Oh,
crap.
boy.
Have you built a Kaikar deck?
I haven't, but I've played against it a bunch of
I
times.
built one.
Because I built one as well. So it was like 2 of the 3 of us actually built this commander.
Yeah.
It's a type of deck I would build and play because Stormy
Yeah.
decks are fun, but
Yeah.
definitely hard to interact with and undeniably powerful.
Yeah. I had to like make mine jump through a hoop deck in order to make it more fun to play. It's a ZOCDOC deck, basically.
All right,
Okay.
now we're on to Sultai.
This is a Rachel color.
It is. I love a Sultai. This one was kind of harder for me than I thought it would be.
You didn't just choose Sidisi?
Which is weird. I did, and then I did. And then I was like, well, you're just picking that because you like her.
That's nothing wrong with
Personal taste.
I picked Shurikai.
Yeah. What did I end up? No, I'm picking Sidisi.
Brood Tyrant.
Sidisi's Brood Tyrant is one of those commanders that has stuck around for a really long time because it's really fun to play, and it's just like sort of classic self-mill stuff, and it's token go wide. It's got a very clear vibe.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of commanders that have just like still are really popular and are still around everywhere and still feel like reasonably powerful. Like my Sidisi deck's pretty busted.
Yeah.
So I think you should build that one because it's cool and not Glarb like I wrote down, even though Glarb might be better.
Glarb's okay. It's not Sidisi.
He's very good.
Sidisi's a fun deck.
But Sidisi's sweet.
And you can build it in a few different ways, and
it's not that busted.
But it is very strong.
It is very strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to tell people to build. I did Muldrotha.
Yeah, I had a feeling we had the same on this one.
Yeah, which is
Muldrotha.
also very powerful. And I think also kind of a good deck for people to build because you don't need the best version of it for it to be good.
Yeah.
You just have to sort of follow the rules of what it's telling you, and it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 6-mana card too.
Yeah, but just get permanent types that are going to get themselves in the graveyard and then replay them.
Yeah.
It ain't that complicated, but it is also fun and good.
And there's a lot of these commanders that we're talking about are decks that have staying power and have room to grow. So you can build a really sort of like cheap, not super synergistic Muldrotha deck that's going to play really well. And as you get better at Commander, you can add more cards, you can make it more powerful, and it's still going to be fun. It's still going to be interesting. There's like a long road with a Muldrotha deck, where as opposed to something like Feather, which you're like, you build it, it was sick, great, take it apart.
See you later.
I think another aspect of that is like no matter what happens in Magic, there will be cool creatures that come out, and you can put those in your Sidisi deck.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens in Magic, there will be cool permanents that come out, and you're going to put those in your Muldrotha deck.
Yeah.
Feathers, as your example, is a lot more narrow because cheap instants that like draw you a card also, there's just not going to be that many of them that you're like, oh, that's so much cooler than the other ones that existed.
Yeah.
So
when am I replacing
this
in the
one
deck?
scries and this one surveils.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's also not so specific that it's like, oh, if it's not zombies, I don't care about it or whatever. So DC can play with non-zombie cards as well. So and so can Muldrotha, obviously. So yeah, I think those are really good decks to have in your arsenal as just a means by like, so you're going to open up packs and then find cards to put into those decks all the time.
All right, on to Mardu.
Mardu, yeah. My choice here is along the lines of it's going to get better over time, and it just works. It's Terra, Herald of Hope.
Oh,
this is a new Mardu commander. It's about reanimating, but it's the card. It's one of those new types of designs that does everything on the card that you want it to do. It will mill you the cards. It gives you evasion with Terra. And you can reanimate on the same card as well. It's a single card engine, a lot of different ways to build it. And again, the really cheap casting cost makes it really consistent too, I think.
Interesting. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed.
I have
Terra.
a lot of Universes Beyond on my list, actually.
Terra's great. Is one of those cards that's really, really interesting and feels very Mardu. For me, this was just like, there were so many bangers that I couldn't, you were looking at, I was looking at Edgar, and I'm like, Edgar's incredible, and like is great for new players, and is iconic, and has a vibe.
Yeah.
And I was looking into Dihada, which is wildly powerful, and is just like really fun to play, and I love my Dihada deck, and I just kept coming back to Kaalia the Vast.
Yeah.
Kaalia is like one of the most compelling commanders in Commander history. It feels like there's so many people I talk to who's like, I have a Kaalia deck. My friend has a Kaalia deck. It's in every playgroup. It's just like it feels like a lot of women when they first come to Magic build Kaalia in this insanely cracked way that has a bunch of beautiful cards in it. And like...
Or horrifying demons.
Yeah.
Beautiful
so I just feel like Kaalia is like, when we're talking about the best Mardu commander of all time, it's hard for me to
Kaalia rocks. It was one of my first decks I built.
Yeah.
Well, Kaalia's got so much going for it because I don't think demons, but angels and dinosaurs are so compelling for new players. Right?
Yeah.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Angels and dragons. Yeah. Two of the
walking dinosaurs.
You get the idea.
Walking dragons.
Two of the sort of
flying
coolest
dinosaurs.
looking and most powerful creature types. Yeah.
Walking dragons, flying dinosaurs. I'm on it. What'd you choose, Josh?
I went with Ishin.
That's a great answer.
Great. I really like, Mardu depth. Look at that. 3 completely different commanders that all are very powerful and best in their own way.
Yeah, like the Caesar commander, I think is really, really great. Like the new Mardu token stuff that came out of Dragonstorm, I think are really great.
Yeah, a lot of different directions.
There's like a ton of really, really strong Mardu commanders that are very compelling, which is cool.
Okay, so we're all the way to the last of the 3 color pairings, identities.
Yep.
Are we gonna have the same one for this one? I feel like this has a
Not
possibility.
for me, for sure.
No?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went with the
all
deck
right.
that I built on this one. Actually, I built a lot of Temur decks, now that I think about it.
Really? I don't build any Temur decks.
Oh, man, I built Eshki, I built Animar, and then I built my choice, which is Pakal and Haldan.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
Paco
yeah.
and Haldan's a sick deck.
Again, partner with commanders, I think, just inherently really powerful, really strong. If you're a new player, they are really rewarding to play in a lot of different ways, too, because you get to choose which one you want to get out first. And again, I like playing with stuff on other people's decks, so Pakal and Haldan for me was like an easy... Nice, just
You
fit
are
within
a Temur player. I never really thought of that before. But
Well, so originally it was a lot more Grixis, right?
Yeah.
Because blue and red were the 2 colors that we shared in common. And then I went into green more and more often just because of the consistency you get from it.
Because it helps you draw lands.
Yeah, it gets more lands into play. Yeah.
it makes sense. Green, blue, but red. Green, blue, but white.
But white, yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
Okay. I went with Miram.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because that card is insane. And
I built a Miram deck too. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's why I thought you would do it. Because your Miram deck is insane, and every Miram deck I've ever played against is insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that card is,
It's got Ward too. Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know why
you know
it
what?
has that. I don't know why it's an ETB.
I think Ward is a big groany thing, so
Yeah.
I picked, like Voja
Yeah.
and stuff. If it had Ward, it was like almost like, I kind of got to pick that because I hate that Ward.
Yeah.
Let me touch your stuff.
Why? Like, you make it so powerful and then also make it so that people can't kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Miram's definitely a great answer in terms of just like the most powerful. It's the most popular for sure. Temur commander.
Dragons.
hard to mess up too. It is a good deck to build sort of early on if you're sort of a newer brewer as well. Just because, just do what the card says and it will be
Play
great.
dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked a lot of boomer picks lately, but in the last 3, this one for me, I was like looking at a lot of Temur commanders. I looked at loot,
the new
loot.
the exhaust loot. I think it just does everything you need it to do, and you can put a ton of stuff in the deck, and it's really powerful. But I kept coming back to Maelstrom 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
That is for sure.
This
cool.
commander, every single time I play against a Maelstrom Wanderer deck, I'm just like, we just board wiped.
What
like,
the heck?
It's. I feel like it's like the original Itali Primal Conqueror deck where it like dumps terrifying things onto the battlefield. It can kill you really fast. It ramps really fast.
Yeah.
For me, it was just always this commander that like you can build in any way as long as you can cast Maelstrom Wanderer. You will kill people dead.
Yeah. Kill him dead.
Kill him dead. So
nice.
Maelstrom Wanderer. Yeah,
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that one. That's
don't
still
know.
around.
I like it. It's
I
classic.
don't like Temur, and I don't know why.
But she's like, which one has haste? Okay, that one.
I don't find Temur super compelling. I've looked at a lot of different ones, and I'm like, maybe this is the one.
Yeah,
I built
yeah,
Riku,
yeah.
didn't like that. Like for some reason, this color pairing just
Funny.
does not work for me.
Okay. Well, I love it.
Yeah, we're different people.
Couldn't be more different, could we?
All right, now we're to the 4 color identities.
Yep.
These don't
There's
have
not that many
options.
options for all of these. So I did mostly partners for these, and mostly you'll be able to tell which of the partners I think are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a shared opinion, I think, for which partners are clearly the best, though, for sure, right?
Yeah, but honestly, for some of these, there's only really one choice that's not partnered, or maybe 2.
Yeah. So it's either the partner pairing or the very specific choice.
Basically, in Commander, they have really limited the 4 color pairs, which is interesting. Like there was one set of Commander cards that really like opened up the 4 color things, and they've either gone 3 colors or 5. For 4 is the forbidden number. So there's not a ton of options in this space at all. I guess the big question when we go through these is like, is the 1 or 2 options that are in those colors better than the partner combination that is offered? Is like the
or
main
what's
question.
the best partner combination?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think almost, for me, universally, the 2 cards were always better than the 1.
Sure. Yeah, let's get into it. The first one is no green.
No green.
Uber.
Woober.
Woober.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is easy for me. I built it. It's Breya Ethereum Shaper.
Oh.
I didn't have any artifact decks on this list.
Yeah, you stuck with Breya?
Yeah, Breya.
And Breya
I
is
think-
great.
Yeah,
Breya's great.
Breya's really
you know.
powerful.
It is very specifically into one direction of artifacts and all that, but just by itself comes in, makes Thopters. It's a 4/4. It's powerful. Just every ability on it is pretty relevant. So
yeah,
I think I'm going to say this. Is it right? I think Bray ended up being the best of those 4-color commanders. I think Atraxa would be.
Atraxa is close,
but I think Bray is stronger. Atraxa is obviously more popular.
Yeah. I think Bray is scarier for sure. And the other, it's K&T, and then the other one is what is the
Cascadey one?
The Cascadey
that
one.
nobody
Cascadey
plays,
one, yeah.
and then
the Cascadey one that nobody
Idris,
plays.
Maelstrom,
and then
killed Josh Lukai once on Game
Night. And then one,
Nights,
if you
too,
hit somebody, you hit somebody else.
Saskia.
Saskia. So yeah, I guess it was only between Bran and Atraxa when you put it that way.
Yeah.
This is Timnacrom.
Timnacrom.
Yeah,
that's what I said too.
It's just generically super powerful. It's 2 commanders in the command zone that draw cards. This is like one of the most powerful CDH combinations of pairings of partners.
You get 2 cards, so you start with 9 cards instead of 8.
And they draw you cards.
Yeah.
It's
I think you'll
dumb.
find that if Timno was a possibility, then I said Timna.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that if it was a possibility, I said that one.
Yeah.
I think we're about to find out what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's no
moving on
green.
to no white.
So now we're at no white.
Yeah.
I said Thrasios and Vile Smasher.
Yes.
I did too.
I did as well.
Basically, if you could have Thrasios, I said Thrasios. If you had Timna, I said
did
Timna.
take Timna,
And then
interesting.
I found the other best pair with those for all these colors.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this combination is just better than the Cascadey one, right? Which is the no white one.
And Vile Smasher and Thrasios both want you to hold open mana. Right, because it's casting spells on the player's turns or activating Thrasios' ability. So they work really well in that way too. And you don't have to cast Vile Smasher. You can just be a Thrasios deck with access to black-red.
Or you could be Vile Smasher deck.
With access to green.
access to green-blue.
Sure.
Yeah, both are good.
Oh, goodness.
You know, under Simic, I thought Thrasios was the second best Simic commander. Just by itself. With no parry.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, Kinnon's better than that, but then every other thing worse than Thrasios, basically.
I mean, Kinnon's basically Thrasios with upside. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right, on to no blue.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Who would
You
wanna
have
play,
4 colors and you took blue out.
Yeah, Josh, you're not allowed to say anything here.
I mean, I said Timna.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Of course, with Tana.
Tana's terrible. You're like 4-color Timna is better than Saskia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I chose Saskia.
I chose Saskia.
Yeah, just because I didn't like Katana sucks.
But Timna's better than Saskia. Timna by herself better than Saskia.
It's the Thrasios
So all you do
problem.
is just get another card that even if it's bad.
Yeah, occasionally you play it, but yeah, it's Timna.
Tana does stuff once in a while.
It's a 4-mana 2/2.
It doesn't-
That when it hits,
it
it
doesn't
will
matter.
make some amount of things, maybe.
If it hits,
If it leaves the command zone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look, I built Krark-Tana, so I know I can talk bad about Tana.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, it's Saskia is the only other option really, but yeah, I think Timna it is so true though. Timna just clearly clears the bar.
Timna might just be the best Orzhov commander.
Yeah, it's up there.
That's fair.
It might. It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
There's a reason they don't do partners anymore. They don't do partners anymore, right, Wizards?
Right, Gavin?
You
Right?
shot your shot, right?
They
They're done.
don't
No
do
more.
partners anymore. Okay.
Partner with though.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Best friends.
On to no black.
Yeah, this one I thought was actually pretty easy for me. I chose Omnath, Locus of Creation.
I
No
did
partners
as well,
here.
yeah.
It could have been Thrasios plus something, but I
Bruce
like
Tarl, yeah.
Bruce Tarl. Yeah,
Thrasios, Bruce Tarl.
it's
actually
Thrasios
not
deck.
bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Charles relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. But
I don't know. I picked Omnath. I think that it's like the power of lands is just.
yeah,
I'm not very powerful.
Yeah.
This was probably the closest for me. Yeah. I'll just take more cards though.
yeah.
Also, I like just having a play on 2 guaranteed.
Yeah,
Not that I
that's
always
fair.
do
That's
that.
huge.
but
That is huge.
Yeah.
That's why Thrasios is so broken. If Thrasios was like a 4-drop or something,
Yeah,
it'd still be good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But like
even the 3-drop is
just
still
guaranteeing yourself a play on 2.
Yeah,
That's relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that one. And you chose Thrasios plus
Bruce Tarl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one's the easiest. No red. I hope we all chose the same one for no red.
Thrasios with Timna?
Yeah. the two cards that
This
we keep
is
talking
the
about.
power-up one.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick Big Atraxa, so I did.
Oh, okay.
The big one.
It's a close second. I
yeah.
Proliferate one?
Atraxa Grand Unifier.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
the
attracts.
big one.
Draw
That
cards
is what I
attracts
said.
you.
It's
you're right.
like
They're both big. This one's bigger.
yeah. I mean, this card's just incredible. If you have it in play, you can absolutely win the game.
Yeah.
It's probably least powerful in the command zone, but if you need 4 colors and you want a big scary beater, it's a really good card.
Just play Thrasios and Timna and put that in your deck.
Whoa!
No.
Look at that. Look at that go. All right.
Yeah, that's
The
let's
other
get
two will
probably
guarantee that you get to enough mana and draw it.
Yeah. All right, let's get to 5 color and close it off here. I'm interested to see what everyone picked for this one. There's a lot of choices here as well.
There's a lot.
I went with generically just good Jodah the Unifier. Boy, oh boy, Jodah's out. Everything, you're cascading. Everything's a 10-10.
Yeah.
See you later, alligator.
I refuse to tell people to build Jodah. I just don't like the card. I don't think it's well designed.
A lot of people don't like Jodah,
It's
for sure.
it's exceptionally powerful, and you can put a lot of good stuff in it. So Jodah,
all the good stuff.
Yeah,
All the good
Jodah's basically like, do you have cards? Here's more.
Congratulations.
It's
Yeah.
probably
And they're
good for
bigger.
newer builders though, because even if
It
you
is,
don't have the best cards that go in there, again, just follow what the card's telling you to do.
Yeah.
Whatever version, like you get stuff that's gonna match that. Just put it in, even if it's it's gonna be really good.
I got to draft Jodah in Final Fantasy Limited,
Yes.
right? It's
Oh,
just
it's
like,
so broken.
oh man, what a rush.
There's so many legendaries in this set.
Yeah,
it's
it's crazy. And
You know
yet
what makes me the most mad about this card is he buffs himself.
yeah. Why does he buff himself?
Why does he buff
Really?
himself? Why even write a power and toughness on him
He's
if
a
it's
unifier.
naturally a 6/6?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
weird.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right, what'd you choose, Rachel?
I went with the Dragon.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the most iconic. It's exceptionally powerful. People love the Dragon.
Now the most popular overall.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
of
past the
color
Traxa,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
No, I mean of all commanders.
Of all commanders?
Yeah.
I mean, people love dragons, and this is the way to play all of them.
That should be dinosaurs.
With wings.
Dinosaurs with wings. Pterodactyls.
That's how we explained.
To people like Kibler. What?
Yeah.
We're like, Jimmy, you know dinosaurs. Like dragons.
Dragons without
like,
wings.
If they didn't have wings.
Yeah. Walking
Yeah.
dragons. Yeah, of course. No dinosaurs.
Yeah, Dragons.
Dragon is
Dragon's sick and powerful.
Yeah. Hard to say no to Dragon.
All right.
Same for you, Josh?
From Grown Test, I went Najila.
Oh, Najila.
Ooh, Najila's a great answer.
Yeah, that's a
That
great
card's
answer,
messed
too.
up.
Yeah,
Gavin.
every
That one's also his.
this is the Admonish Gavin episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, subtitled.
Yeah. Of all the 5-color things that I see in the command zone, Najila is the one where I'm the most like, yeah, this like you could just be on a totally different level than what the rest of us are doing. That's hard to know.
Yeah.
And just tends to get you in sort of weird locky situations where you're like, oh, so you can just that and we're dead, right?
Yep.
Even the people playing it, I've been in multiple games where they're like, oh yeah, I can do that and you're dead. Like they didn't like build combos in their deck, but just enough synergy, 3 or 4 cards in, you're like, yeah, it's not a 2-card combo, it's fine. It's a 5-card combo, but you do still go infinite.
Yeah. I had a Winota. No, excuse me. I had Winota as well. I had a Najila Warriors deck when I first started playing Commander. I was like, this is sweet. This is like, I can put all the Warriors in it. And then I brought it to a game store and they refused to let me attack with Warriors.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
And they're like, it's Najila. And I'm like, it says Warriors on it. And it was still an incredibly busted deck.
Yeah.
Playing like Zurgo, Bell Striker. It's still busted.
Yeah.
It's hard for it to be not busted. It's easy for it to be ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about a lot of commanders today, but
did.
it's subjective.
Nobody
Very
said
subjective.
Kenrith, which I'm a little surprised.
Kenrith, he's up there. King Kenny's really good.
Honestly, I think when Dockside got banned, Kenrith got a lot worse.
Interesting.
Because like a lot of the loops that sort of made Kenrith really good revolved around some sort of mana
recursion.
generation.
Yeah.
So now he's just kind of like a big, expensive, and too scary commander.
I've seen enough like bad Kenrith decks where I know that's possible. Like I don't think I've ever seen a bad Najila deck
No.
Yeah.
or a bad Dragon deck, right? I don't think those exist. Because they're so clear on what they tell you to do. As long as you do any amount of that, it's going to be good. But Kenrith is not that clear, so you can sort of try stuff with it, and the stuff doesn't always work. So it's not as much of a groaner for me.
Yeah. And a lot of people still misread the reanimate text and think they can grab stuff from their opponent's graveyard, but it just gives it back to them.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Although I did see somebody do that to reanimate an opponent's dockside so they could clone their dockside.
Oh, there you go.
Aha!
I want one too.
Wow.
See? There you go.
Yeah. That's all right. Well, the list that we talked about today, there's a lot of different choices, but it's all subjective. So our best is not necessarily your best. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and sometimes like a lot of the commanders that we talked about here today are not commanders that we built. The best commander that's like, if you want to build Jund, this is the best one, may not be the best for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, if you think there's one we clearly missed, definitely put it in the comments too.
Yeah.
To the listeners, let us know. Did any of your commanders make the list? Are you ashamed? Are you happy that you have some of the best commanders in your play group or yours? What does best mean to you? Let us know in the comments, please.
What do you look for in a sweet commander?
Yeah.
And if you want to buy any of these commanders or the cards that go in the deck, you can support the show by going to cardkingdom.com/command. Card Kingdom has a huge selection of singles and sealed product. I like to shop at Card Kingdom when I'm building a deck because I know I can order a ton of those cards in one place and I don't have to jump around to a bunch of different websites, track a bunch of different shipping labels, all that stuff. I want all the cards to show up on my doorstep, get sleeving so I can get playing as fast as possible. And we trust Card Kingdom with all of our Magic needs over here at the Command Zone, and you can support the show if you use our affiliate link by going to cardkingdom.com/command.
Speaking of trust, ultrapro.com/command for all your deck protection needs, as well as your collection itself, whether it be binders, sleeves, deck boxes, playmats, or more. UltraPro has you covered with a whole suite of products that also evolve every single time a new set comes out because they have the official Magic license for the art. So whether it's Universes Beyond or Universes Within, you've got something awesome to make your collection look even cooler and protect it at ultrapro.com/command.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good luck brewing, everybody. Hopefully you heard about something that maybe wasn't on your radar before.
Yeah,
Before we go, we do have to say thank you to our team here at the Command Zone that made this episode and all these episodes possible. Thank you to Sebastian Salazar, Karina Cruz, Gaurav Galati, Jamie Block, Jordan Pridge and Jake Boss, Becky Bell, Rachel Kendra, Eric Lem, Manson Long, Josh Murphy, Evan Limburger, and Sam Waldo.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Yeah!
All right, everybody.
Bye.
See you later.
Happy building.
Bye-bye.
Peace.